Two options to starting sweet potatoes. You can cut them in half like this, or you have the option to put them in soil. Either way, you're gonna get something called slips. That's what these are. See how those stems grew out of the sweet potato? Well, those are called sweet potato slips, and they will happen whether the sweet potato is laying in soil or you cut that sweet potato in half and it's in water. Now, once you get those slips, you put them in water and let those roots grow. From there, the slips get planted out into your garden when that last chance of frost has passed. So you're gonna put all of these into the garden and you're not gonna believe what happens next. All of a sudden, certainly not overnight, but after many, many months, your garden is gonna look like this. Those sweet potato leaves grow so fast. The nice thing is, pests don't really seem to bother them. So when you're ready to harvest, you gotta cut all of this back. So you're gonna take your time and put all of these leaves into your compost bin. Side note, did you know you could actually eat these sweet potato leaves? They are in fact edible. Now, once you get all of that out of the way, you can start digging up the tubers. So the most important thing when you start digging up your sweet potatoes is you have to be careful that you don't pierce them, because if you do, you're not gonna really be able to store them for very long. So sometimes I use a pitchfork just around the edges, but a lot of the time I just try to dig in sort of with my hands, maybe a small shovel, and really get underneath the soil to pull those tubers up without piercing the skin. So you gotta be a little careful. So you might think that you can just eat the sweet potato right out of the ground, and you can technically, but it won't be that sweet because you need to do one more step. It's the curing process, and this is how you get your sweet potatoes to really be sweet and delicious. Now, what I'm gonna do, because I don't have an 80-degree temperature to put these in, which is sort of ideal, 80 and a little humid is ideal to cure them for about 7 to 10 days. Instead, I'm gonna put them in plastic bags. I'm gonna poke holes in them, put them in a single layer, just like that, poke holes in the bag and put it in a sunny window for about 2 to 3 weeks. And that does the trick just as well. If you want them even sweeter, I highly recommend wrap each one in a newspaper. After you've cured it, put them all in a big box. I'll put them down in the basement for another 3 weeks and they will be so sweet. So these are all your options, but you do want to cure these for at least 2 to 3 weeks. So I put them all in a plastic bag, just like so. And then once I fill the bag and they are all completely in a flat row, I'll seal it up and I will cut a few holes in it. So you want to make sure that you're not getting condensation in these bags. So a few holes, but you do want to sort of create a humidity. So you're going to put it in a sunny window, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up all my bags in a flat row to cure these sweet potatoes. One more thing I didn't mention, leave the dirt on them. Don't wash your sweet potatoes before you cure them. So leave a little dirt on. If there's a big amount, you can certainly wipe it a little bit off, but leave the dirt on for that curing process. And that way you don't get any mold from too much moisture in the bags. the bags are done. I punctured a few holes in all of them. Now I'm gonna put them in front of a sunny window and wait 2 to 3 weeks.